So good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So I hope you all are doing fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So we are starting off with the practice session of the upcoming speech expressions. So Sunidhi Ranjan is on stage with her preparation. Let's see. So, hi, yeah, you can start.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, my dear friends. Today's my topic is turn your mistake into learning opportunities. So before I start, while I was doing research about this topic, I had related myself, my experience with this topic. As we all are learning English in our English learning class, so I want that with my speech you also relate the things which I am going to tell in front of you. To act is one of the most important parts of all learning processes. After all, everything you get to learn in life, you learn by doing. For example, you can read thousands of books about violins, know their different parts, know the technology used to craft one, watch thousands of videos about violin, listen. But you can't learn to play the violin if you never try to do it with your own hands. Think of some of the most common things you have learned in your life, such as walking, cycling, etc. All this you learn thanks to your initial mistakes. When you begin to learn to walk, you must have fallen many times, but instead of being discouraged by each fall, you got up again every time, learned from your mistake, and then you walked again. We don't have to be afraid of failure. We have to learn from our mistakes. We have to turn our mistake in learning tool because each mistake will teach you a new lesson, and each lesson learned will bring you closer to your goal. So if you are trying to achieve something and get to make many mistakes along the way, worry not. Those mistakes are part of the learning process. We can learn from our mistakes and use them as valuable experience in our next attempt. So that do mistakes and learn a lot.
It was a wonderful presentation and a very well thought topic which you chose. Yes, you learn by doing it only. And practice makes you perfect. Failures are nothing but stepping stones to success. You will only rise high when you fall. So never be discouraged, never be disheartened, but always keep a positive frame of mind. Yes, I can and I will. And this feeling will take you to the success which you are aspiring for, isn't it? So try and try again.
Right.
Wonderful. Now call somebody from the stage.
I would like to call my friend Satvik.
So creating an idea bank can be so exciting. And you learn from each other.
Respected ma'am and my dear friends, a very good evening to you all. Today I am going to present my speech on the topic, our mother nature. Whoever don't know the meaning of the mother, the person who sustain our life, just like the nature who is the mother of all of us. Once, father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, has quoted that the world has enough for anyone's need, but not enough for anyone's greed. Despite of knowing its gratefulness of our nature, we are spoiling its balance to fulfill our ever unsatisfied greed. Even today, at the heights of science, our requirement to sustain are met by nature only. From the use of excessive fertilizers to the highly dependence on exhaustible resources. It's not only impacting our environment, but indirectly our health too. On 31st March 2021, our PM had inaugurated a huge solar plant in Gujarat, which can generate a huge amount of electricity and decreases our heavy dependency on non-renewable sources that too generates a lot of pollutants. Many other organizations of the world also took a lot of initiative to ease out the pressure on our nature. Along with the governing bodies, every citizen equally responsible to care about our nature. So, plague and COVID may be the trailer. We have the time to correct our mistake, or choice is ours, not the decision. Thanks.
Yes, very good. Now, take an initiative and call somebody.
I would like to invite my friend Krishna to express his thought on this topic. Thank you.
Now, in this exercise, you are researching, you are reading, you are spending time, you are investing time, you are writing something down. And एक बार जब आप लिख लेते हैं, once you write things down, you remember. You are coming across a lot of words. कुछ vocabulary भी आप देख रहे हैं, समझ रहे हैं, और you are updating your skills. So this has to continue.
So, good evening, everyone. I have wrote one topic that is blockchain technology.
Very good.
As a IT student, I think many of students don't know about blockchain. So
Definitely, they would all like to know. And hats off to you for choosing this topic.
yeah, because blockchain technology is a new technology that are booming in this era. That's why I will introduce more. So the 21st century is all about technology. With the increasing needs for modernization in our day-to-day lives, people are open to accepting new technology. From using a remote for controlling devices to using voice notes for giving commands. So the blockchain, the revolution technology impacting different industries. This was introduced in the market with its first modern application, that is Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is nothing but a form of digital currency, you can say cryptocurrency, which can be used in the place of fiat money for trading. So there is common misconception among people, that is Bitcoin and blockchain are different. Sorry, both are same, but this is not. Creating cryptocurrency is one of the application of blockchain technology. So there are number of applications that being developed on the basis of blockchain technology. And question is how we will define blockchain. And the answer is in simplest form, the blockchain can be described as a data structure that holds transactional record and while ensuring security, transparency, and decentralization. And I will explain you with some examples. So I would like to stand up, Sushant. I'm taking example.
Okay.
And
you want him on the stage?
No, sit there.
Okay.
I will explain how blockchain works. And roll number first, Ramu, I think. Yeah, great. In today's life, we are sending money through Paytm, our Paytm, BhimPay, and other banks. So if I'm sending money to Sushant, then first my money will go to bank. Then you can say middleman. Bank is middleman, and money will go first to middleman. Then money will go to their account, means Sushant account. In blockchain, it is not. If I will send money to Sushant, then there is no middleman. Means this is decentralized, no control on every person. So this is my example. So yes, ma'am. Okay, you can sit down.
Okay.
So
you are the middleman. You are the bank.
Yes.
Money will not go to you, but money will
I
go
told you,
directly to him.
the
In blockchain technology, this is done. Very good.
But in okay. And one more thing, each transaction on blockchain are public and open source. If I will send money to Ramu, then you can see how amount I will send to Ramu. You can see all are public, all are transparent in blockchain.
So there's nothing which is hidden.
Yeah.
So everything is transparent.
Yeah. What is popular application of blockchain? Like we can make contracts. We can do government election also. etc. Let me come into my conclusion that blockchain is a new name in the world of technology. Even in the early stages, the technology has gained huge popularity starting with the first step. And for your knowledge, current Bitcoin price is 32 lakhs in million, 41,000 million. In 2030, the Bitcoin price was only $7,000, only $7,000, and current price is $41,000.
Yes.
Yes, it is right. You can search in coingecko.com.
Anybody has any question for him?
If you have any question, I will explain.
Yeah, okay. Please start up and ask. Come here and ask. Take the microphone and ask.
Sir, for current information, India has banned to cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Pychain.
आप यहाँ सामने देखे बोलो, कैमरा में देखे बोलो. Yeah. Anybody who is staying in Mamta hostel, boys hostel?
Yeah, he told that India banned crypto and taking 30% charge and 1% TDS also. I think. In India, India think that crypto is as a you can say betting line. But in Russia and America, there is a rule for tax, but not like India. If you trading in India 100 rupees, then you have to pay 30 rupees to government. But in other states, even Dubai, there is no tax. Why? Why India taking tax? Dubai is very popular. Developed. Yes. Yeah.
But Indian government has
सामने देखे बोलो हेलो.
illegal in India to cryptocurrency, so that he banned.
Yeah.
In India.
For your information, when internet was come, every country is carrying that internet is not good for us. But now you can see we are in internet era. So what this is blockchain is a very new technology. We as a human we have to expect accept a new technology.
But internet is other kind of view. But cryptocurrency is very harmful to.
How you can say this is harmful?
Harmful is like just it is a cyber crime.
How you can say cyber crime?
No,
No, it is not a cyber crime. Many even
excuse me. Is
even
this turning to be on a debate or GD?
no, many good companies using blockchain for their transferring data. Why? Because it is very secure.
Okay, please continue.
Yeah, thank you. If anyone has a question,
Anybody has any question, please raise your hands.
yes, please. You want to come here? Yeah. Your name? Mukul. I would like to call Mukul.
All right.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Krishna.
Krishna what?
Krishna Kumar.
Very good, Krishna. चलेगा. इसको कंसाइज करके बोल. मैंने कहा था 1 पैराग्राफ, तो 3 पैराग्राफ लिखने के लिए कौन था? चलो ठीक है.
Hello, my dear friends and my teacher. Good evening. I am Mukul, and today I want to tell you something about pollution, a major problem. Environment pollution. One of the greatest problems that the world is facing today is that of environmental pollution, which is causing grave and irreparable damage to the natural world and human society, with about 40% of deaths worldwide being caused by water, air, and soil pollution. And coupled with human overpopulation has contributed to the malnutrition of 3.7 billion people worldwide, making them more susceptible to disease. A polluted environment is a polluted society, one we created and one only we can renew. Pollution is defined as the introduction of harmful substances or products into the environment, which are typically foreign substances, particularly a contaminant or toxin that produce some kind of a negative or harmful impact on the environment or living beings. Pollution occurs in many forms, ranging from chemicals in the form of gases or liquids, noise, energy sources such as light or heat, or solids such as the types of waste that end up in landfills. Even naturally occurring substances such as CO2 and mercury can be considered pollution when additional quantities are added to the environment in unsafe amounts by industries, which can have detrimental effects on the environment and all forms of life, including humans. Some major pollution: air pollution. Both indoor and outdoor air pollution is a major environmental health problem affecting everyone in developed and developing countries alike. Water pollution. Water is where life began and where life continues, but it is also the world's most threatened essential resource. In addition to the accelerating climatic-driven threat of drought, where water sources all over the world face the threat of potentially drying up as the warming climate accelerates. Water is becoming increasingly polluted every year. Polluted, unsafe water is the leading cause of sickness and death, with half of the world's hospital beds filled with people suffering from water-related illness. Soil pollution. Soil pollution occurs when the presence of toxic chemicals, pollutants, or contaminants in the soil is in high enough concentrations to be of risk to plants, wildlife, humans, and of course the soil itself. Arable land is turning to desert and becoming non-arable at ever increasing rates due to largely in part to global warming and agricultural fertilizers and pesticides. Listening the hope that we can feed our booming population. Noise pollution. Noise pollution is an unwanted or disturbing sound which can be interfere with normal activities for humans and wildlife, such as sleeping, conversation, reproduction, communication, or disrupt or diminish one's quality of life. Light pollution. Light pollution is excessive, misdirected, or misused light that can harm human health, wildlife,
What happened?
and astronomy. Also, light pollution is one of the least known types of pollution. Its effects on human health and ecosystems can be just as serious as some of the better known forms of pollution.
Anybody has any question for him?
Thank you.
No.
I would like to come here. Shreya.
I would like to call
I would like to call Shreya.
your Shreya. Okay. Say thank you to him. Yeah. All right, keep quiet. Continue.
This line is right here.
Hello?
Friends.
Quiet.
Today my topic is poverty. According to the Nobel Prize winner South African leader Nelson Mandela, poverty is not natural, it is man-made. The above statement is true, as the causes of poverty are generally man-made. There are various causes of poverty, but the most important is population. Rising of populations is putting the burden on the resources and budget of countries. Government are finding difficult to provide food, shelter, and
Government is.
government is finding difficult to provide food, shelter, and employment to other rising populations. The other causes are lack of education, war, natural disasters, infrastructures, political instability, etc. For instance, lack of employment opportunities makes a person jobless and he is not able to earn enough to fulfill the basic necessities of his family and become poor. Lack of education compels a person for less paying jobs and it makes him poorer. Lack of infrastructure means there are no industries, banks, etc. in a country, resulting in lack of employment opportunities. Natural disasters like flood, earthquake also contribute poverty.
Flood.
Thank you.
Flood. सबसे पीछे जो हाथ उठाया हुआ है what's your name? Stand up. Yeah.
Now I would like to call Ritik Raj.
You know his name? तुमने इतना लिखा, इतना पढ़ा, कितना टाइम लगा था? रिसर्च में कितना टाइम लगता है?
एटलीस्ट हाफ आवर
क्या आप पहले सोचते हैं कि मुझे क्या लिखना है कि मुझे रिसर्च करते हैं? आप
पहले सोचते हैं क्या लिखना है।
सोच लेते हैं कि मुझे ये लिखना है, उस पर रिसर्च करते हैं। गुड। ये नहीं कि जो मिल गया उस पे नहीं। आइडिएशन, सबसे पहले आइडिया आता है। चलो या सर।
Good evening, everyone. Today I am presenting a speech.
ओके, टुडे नहीं, टुडे 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 नहीं,
टुडे
तुम लोग करते हो क्या? टू पे सर्च करते हो। टुडे
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 I am presenting a speech on the value of hard work. These days,
Okay.
everyone wants.
अब देखिए किस किस तरह से आपके आ रहे हैं टॉपिक्स। कोई ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी, कोई सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट, कोई हार्ड वर्क। तुम्हारा क्या था? नेवर से नो, कीप ऑन ट्राइंग। प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। थ्योरी इज ओके, but practically you have to indulge.
These days, everyone wants to be successful overnight, and everyone wants to be
थोड़ा माइक्रोफोन ऊंचा करो।
in a day. But let's not forget the saying that Rome was not built in a day,
Exactly.
which tells us about the value of hard work. A huge and impressive empire could never be built in a day, and you cannot reach your goals in a day either. Today, the dependence on technology and environment we grow up in has reduced the amount of effort we put into things. Everything is available at a click, but reality does strike us at some point or the other to teach us the harsh lesson of life, like the value of hard work. These days, people talk about smart work versus hard work. And yes, smart work is very good when you know how to use it, but it is not and cannot become a substitute for the hard work. It is essential to put the required working hours to work towards your aspiration and become successful. Hence, this is why hard work is a valuable and precious trait. On this note, I conclude my speech on
Very
the
good.
value of hard work. Thank you.
You cannot do the smart work without the hard work, and there is no shortcut to education कि immediately, instantly, overnight हम कर लेंगे. Rightly said, Rome was not built in a day. Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. So give yourself time. Call somebody.
Anyone want? Yep. Now I would like to call Praveen Kumar.
Hello, respected ma'am and all my dear classmates. A very good morning to you. Today, I would like to speak few words on computer. Needless to say, how the computer has become an important part of our everyday life. Can we imagine our life without it? I'm definitely sure the answer will no. Because offices, schools, hospitals, and government organization and non-government organization all are incomplete without it. It has various uses. The medical field uses the computer to diagnose disease. So far, they are able to find a cure for various diseases due to this computer. Even in the field of research, computer have brought a lot of changes, whether it's scientific research, social research, or space research. A computer has many advantages, but there is nothing in the world which has no disadvantage. Even computer which has become so important for us has a disadvantage, such as hacker can steal the data and release it on the internet. So we should stay away from hackers and the computer should always be used properly. Thank you. And I would like to call Rahul. Please come. Hello everyone, and good evening to all of you, and thanks ma'am for giving me this opportunity. Today I will be presenting my view on English language. But before I begin the speech, I would like to say a quote. Please listen carefully, everyone. Only a good listener can be a good speaker.
Very good.
Just like a good learner can be a good teacher.
Very good.
Now, as we know that English is used as a global language in all over the world. By the late 18th century, the British Empire had spread English through its colonies and geopolitical dominance. That's why English became a global language. Across the globe, domestic and international communication through English language. And that's the reason why there is a need for a global language. English is one of the most dominating languages, having an impact on every field of world. So in this time, English is without English we cannot do everything. Thank you. That's all. Now I would like to call
Anand.
Mr. Anand Gupta.
So you're also getting trained for public speaking,
Yes.
talking on the microphone.
Yes.
So all this is a part of your training.
Good evening, respected ma'am and my friends. Today I delivered a short speech on frontline workers during COVID pandemic. India was at critical stage in the fight against COVID as fears of community transmission rise. During the lockdown, frontline workers are still going out every day to win what one doctor described as a war India can't afford to lose. So India was finding it hope of containing the outbreak on social distancing and a complete lockdown of major cities and towns. Many workers include doctors, nurses, police, pilots, railway workers, etc. are braving grave odds every day, and medical staff are the forefront of these efforts. Doctors and nurses working in the COVID wards have good safety equipment. There is so much panic. People are reaching hospitals with minor cough, cold. They are infected with COVID. Some of these frontline workers in their own wards, they share the risk and challenge they face, the concern they have, and how they are coping. They will highlight what policymakers, employers, each of the can do better, protect and support them. Thank you. Now I would like to call Mr. Aditya Kumar for a speech.
Excuse me, ma'am.
तुमने लिखा है
While inviting our friends, classmates, using Mr. or Mrs. correct or not?
now I would like to call my friend Aditya Kumar. This is always wrong. Like I am Mrs. or I am Mr. Yeah, I am Professor. This is wrong. Just name. My name is Sanjana. Mr. तो दूसरे लोग बोले. अगर आप बोल दिए नाम, I would like to call my friend.
Hi friends, I am Aditya and I am here to share my opinion on how our journalism is deteriorating.
However,
Journalism.
however मतलब
However.
however का मतलब क्या होता है?
However.
जब तक नहीं मैंने पूछा however.
कैसे भी
However, फिर भी how our journalism is deteriorating. What? Deteriorating. Deteriorating.
Yesterday, our country was a slave, but a journalist is free. But today, the country is free and journalism becomes slave. When slavery was a law in country, the work of creating revolution was done by the people starting journalism. Today, when our country is free, our words has become slaves. Journalism is not only completing the quorum of making news. It's all about as a soldier has his gun, so that a journalist has pain. The changing nature of journalism is not only responsible for nature and needs of the journalist, but our readers are also responsible for it. Today, a journalist can't write anything of his own will because he is the slave of his reader and he has to write whatever his reader wants to read. Today's journalism is under pressure from the markets and business also, due to which the media has deviated from its foundation of making people aware and form of paid news has emerged in a grand manner. The increasing trends of paid news is not a disease, but it's a symptom of disease for the country and for the society. There is a war of TRP among themselves, due to which social inequality is getting a chance to flourish. Apart from the social concern, now media is busy serving its views among the readers instead of giving information. I'm not here to say that all journalists is doing not well. There is also some journalists who is doing well in the country. But still we have to understand which journalist is good and which journalist is not going good. Thank you.
Very good.
Now I would like to call my friend Ashish to be here.
I had thought of starting off with a grammar workshop for you. So for 20 minutes every day will be done on this. So this is also important. But the grammar workshop, which I had promised in the last class, that I'll be taking you through the subject-verb agreement and how to make sentences, how to create a theme in writing.
Okay, ma'am.
So we are going to start this from the next class.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? So 20 minutes of each class, not more than that. Yeah. And this is also important.
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot ignore the practical aspect of your writing. Whatever you're doing is theory. What you're doing here is practical. You are creating, you are presenting. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashish, and my topic is one of the largest and the most diverse cultures in the world. I speak on Indian culture.
Very
Just
good.
like its vast geography, Indian culture also compromises a wide range of diversity in terms of language, festival, food, religions, etc. The people of this nation embody the qualities and compassion and empathy. Despite having cultural values and traditional customs that are poles apart, there is a sense of congruence and unity that prevails among people. When it comes to festival, every family has its own tradition. Indians are known for their religious and frequent cuisine. For Indians, cooking for their affirms a close bond. We have a popular saying that goes, the way to a person hurts is through their stomach. India accommodates a plurality of different religious identities, including Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Chinese, Buddhist, etc., signifying unity in diversity. India is well regarded for its art and popular culture, religious folk music or dances, etc. Dance and music are not only a form of entertainment but also play a vital role in devotion towards God.
Very good.
Thank you. Calling my friend Rosni Paswan.
Your name is Roshni?
Yes.
I thought you were smiling. I thought you were going to come. Yeah.
That's why.
How many of you are in arts and drama and music and arts?
पोएट्री होगा
बिल्कुल होगा.
Arts में
अभी भी लिंक है मैम अभी स्पीच कर रहा है
Budding writers यहाँ पर है, मुझे नहीं पता था.
तीन
Very good.
पोएट्री लिख चुके हैं
ओके, जब से समझ में आया हो?
नहीं
सुबह से तुम 3 पोएट्री लिख चुके हो।
From just I start writing.
I have been writing since class from my school days.
लास्ट टाइम में वही बस
लास्ट टाइम पे
तो तुम्हारा ये क्रिएटिव राइटिंग हो रहा है। इज इट इन हिंदी और इंग्लिश?
हिंदी इंग्लिश पोइट्री तो कोई समझेगा
कोई समझेगा नहीं। Oh my God.
मतलब
Look at his confidence.
he or she will not feel what they want to feel.
समझ जाएंगे हम, आप बोलो तो सही।
इंग्लिश पोइट्री भी लिखते
चलो, yes, you start. Now listen to Roshni.
Good evening, respected teacher, respected ma'am, my dear friends. My name is Roshni Pajwan. My today topic is child labor. I stand before you to
वो आप स्किप करो ना, वो दिख रहा है कि वो स्टैंडिंग नहीं है। वो तो दिख ही रहा है। अब सब लोग थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर दिस गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी, डायमंड अपॉर्चुनिटी, प्लैटिनम अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड आई एम स्टैंडिंग बिफोर यू। वो सब हम देख ही रहे ना कि आप forget all that, huh? Just wish and start off.
child labor, an issue that needs our attention and focus. Let me begin by asking you, have you ever come across a children working? Children asking you.
घबराओ नहीं, तुम बोलो। चलो।
Have you ever come across such children working in factories or small restaurant to make a living? It is a shame to see such a children. Children working when they should actually be at the school concentrating on their studies. Children labor is also children labor also describe on work describes children out of their youth, their futures and their dignity, which is the detrimental to physical and mental health. In reality, it is unlawful for a children under 14 years of age to work.
It is unlawful for a child. और जब आप अ लगा रहे हो ना तो क्या होगा? Child. अगर आप अ नहीं लगा रहे हो, it is disastrous to see. It is a pain to see children working when they have to be studying.
Child under 14 years of age to work for a living in India in this speech on children labor.
Child labor.
I must bring before you that children's labor has been one of the main problems that the government has had to overcome, while the constitution makes it's a punishable crime to hear. Children of labor data say otherwise. Many national and international policies have been put in place to shield these children from forced labor. But the ground truth is something different. In India alone, more than 50 million children are scored into child labor for many social economic reasons. Thank you, ma'am. I want to call my friend Anshi. Please.
एक मिनट, give me the microphone. For the last 2-3 days, people are coming and presenting their idea back, their creativity. Is there anybody who has not spoken in these last 3 days? कि वही बच्चे आके बार बार बोलते हैं कि जो हमेशा बोलते आ रहे हैं। अब हमको ये देखना है कि अगर आपने आज बोला है तो नेक्स्ट से और कोई बोलेंगे.
2 दिन पहले.
You must raise your hands. ठीक है? So that this class is for everybody. अमेरिकी जो बोलते हैं जो कंफर्टेबल हो गए हैं वो completely comfortable हो गए हैं. वो चाहते हैं बार बार. And this is very addictive. एक बार जब माइक्रोफोन लेके बोलने की आदत हो जाती है ना तो मन करता है कि छोड़े ही नहीं, हम ही बोलते रहे. So this is addictive, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So in next class, I will not present.
No, I'm definitely not. I did not say that.
Yes. So I was
Some of the students who would like to come up, first come, first serve. Raise your hands, speak, but then I would allow 3 persons from the previous class, and then I will allow students who have not presented. आपकी तो ये जगह बन गई ना, आप यहीं बैठते हैं हर दिन. तो फिर हम ऐसे ही करेंगे 1 2 3 4 करके. 4th row third boy, 6th row first boy, last row second boy, ऐसे करेंगे. चलिए, okay. Then today's last presentation is
Fast learn. Time.
आप बुलाइए ना.
I like to
2 minutes more.
Yes, ma'am.
20 minutes और बोले तो
20 minutes.
Nobody cares. ये बच्चा तब से हाथ उठा रहा है.
others.
I like to call my friend others.
And next class से I will make an agenda. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, इसी तरह से. तो क्या होता है कि बस आइडिया बैंक है, आप प्रेजेंट करते रहते हैं. स्पीच की तैयारी क्या हो रही मुझे नहीं पता, आप कितनी तैयारी आपकी पहुंची. हमको लगा उसमें से सुनेंगे आज, लेकिन वो नहीं हुआ. आई एम गोइंग टू मेक एन एजेंडा. इतने फ्रेम में ये करना, इतने फ्रेम में ये करना. और तीसरा एजेंडा मेरा एजेंडा जो आपका सबसे पहले करेंगे वर्कशॉप ऑन ग्रामर स्किल्स. वो बहुत जरूरी है. ठीक है, चलो.
Good evening, everyone, and my respected ma'am.
Quiet.
Now I am going to deliver a short speech on the topic agriculture. Agriculture is a backbone sector of our Indian economy, and it is one of the major contributors to our GDP. It is practiced in our country for thousands of the years over a period of time, and now it is developed a lot. In this modern time, the use of new technologies and equipments have replaced almost all the traditional method of the farming. India is basically dependent on the agriculture sector. Due to agriculture, we gain food, medicine, cloth, and many other items. For agriculture, we completely depend on the monsoon season for cultivations of food and grains. But now we construct dams, hoardings, and canals, pump sets to cultivate our land. After the Green Revolution, our agriculture sector has grown stronger than many other countries, and we are the largest exporter of the many food grains in the world. Thank you.
Okay, with this we come to the end of the session. And from the next class, there will also be to the first, second, and the third, the best idea, the best topic, the best presentation, right? Take that into account. From the next class, right? Okay, that's it.